Welcome to STOIC PATH, where we investigate the ageless shrewdness of Stoicism and its significant experiences into driving a life of tranquility, resilience, and ethicalness. Today we'll take a profound plunge into the quintessence of Stoicism, focusing on its center principles, the craftsmanship of not caring, and how these lessons can offer assistance as we explore life's challenges with more noteworthy poise, the establishments of Stoicism, control, and an acknowledgement. At the heart of impassive logic lies a straightforward, however effective refinement, the partition between what ready to control and what we cannot. This crucial concept serves as the foundation of Stoicism, shaping the way we approach each perspective of life. What is inside our control? Agreeing to the Stoics, we have control over our thoughts, actions, attitudes, and reaction. These are the things we are able to impact and therefore should center our vitality on. What isn't inside our control? Outside events, the activities of others, societal changes, accidents, and the haphazardness of the universe drop exterior, our circle of influence. Attempting to control or alter these outside components could be a formula for frustration, disappointment, and passionate enduring. The Stoics instruct us that genuine shrewdness and peace of intellect come from understanding this division and concentrating our endeavors on acing ourselves rather than attempting to control the world around us. The craftsmanship of not caring, a way to flexibility. One of the foremost transformative perspectives of Stoicism is the craftsmanship of not caring. But what does this cruel? It does not cruel getting to be indifferent, apathetic, or cold-hearted. Instead, the craftsmanship of not caring alludes to liberating ourselves from pointless, passionate ensnarements by not joining significance to things past our control. For example, the Stoics would empower us not to stress almost other people's conclusions of us. Why? Since we cannot control their contemplations or judgments, what we are able to control, however, is how we react to criticism, praise, or indifference. By choosing not to care almost outside validation, we free ourselves from the burden of always looking for endorsement or dodging dissatisfaction. This craftsmanship of not caring amplifies to numerous zones of life. When we halt, stressing almost wild outcomes, whether it's the victory of a project, the response of others, or the turns of fate, we pick up the mental clarity to center on what genuinely things, our individual virtues, our internal peace, and our moral activities. The bequest of impassive scholars, Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. To further understand these principles, we can see to two of the foremost persuasive stolid masterminds, Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius. Epictetus, a previous slave who rose to ended up one of the foremost eminent rationalists of his time, emphasized that our capacity to control our responses could be a source of colossal power. He accepted that we might confront any adversity, poverty, exile, illness, or indeed death, with calmness and dignity, provided we centered on our inside state instead of outside circumstances. Epictetus broadly said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to it that things." This straightforward, however significant understanding typifies the core of Stoic thought. The occasions of life are unbiased. It's our elucidation and enthusiastic response that characterize whether we encounter peace or enduring. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman sovereign and another incredible Stoic, echoes this intelligence in his Meditations. Despite the colossal weights of administering an empire, he composed broadly almost the significance of keeping up internal calm and ideals. Marcus persistently reminded himself to act in understanding with reason and to acknowledge anything life brought, recognizing that the universe works concurring to its possessed laws, not our individual wants. One of Marcus Aurelius's most popular cites is, "You have got control over your mind, not exterior events. Realize this, and you'll discover quality." His words remind us that genuine quality comes from within. By acing our considerations and attitudes, we can rise over the tumult of life's unusualness. Overcoming enthusiastic turmoil, the control of level-headedness. Stoicism is frequently seen as a cure to passionate turmoil. It offers a strategy for overseeing our feelings through the application of level-headedness. When confronted with anger, fear, sadness, or frustration, the impassive approach is to pause, reflect, and look at the circumstance with a calm, rational intellect. Stoics inquire themselves key questions when feelings emerge. Is this circumstance genuinely inside my control? Am I responding based on reason, or am I permitting feelings to cloud my judgment? How can I react in a way that adjusts with my values and excellency? This hone of self-examination empowers Stoics to maintain a strategic distance from being cleared absent by solid emotion instead of responding impulsively. They react thoughtfully, leading to more noteworthy passionate solidness and peace of intellect. Ideals as the most elevated great. Central to Stoicism is the thought that ideals is the most elevated great. Whereas the outside world may be chaotic, the Stoics accept that inward virtue, acting in agreement with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, is the, as it were, thing really inside our control and the key to a great life. Ideals in Stoicism isn't approximately ethical flawlessness or accomplishing sainthood. It's almost endeavoring to live a life of moral integrity, regardless of outside circumstances. When we center on developing virtues, we rise over the brief concerns of regular life, money, size, status, fame, and in step grapple ourselves in ageless values that bring more profound fulfillment. By seeking after virtue, we create resilience, wisdom, and a sense of reason that can support us through any adversity. The Stoics contend that it's not the fulfillment of outside objectives that brings happiness, or maybe the interest of brilliance in character. Amor fati, adoring what happened. Another key impassive concept is *amor fati, or the cherish of destiny. This guideline instructs us to grasp life in its entirety, including its challenges and hardships. Instead of standing up to what happens to us or wishing for distinctive circumstances, Stoicism energizes us to acknowledge our destiny and indeed adore it. *amor fati. * isn't an inactive acquiescence. It's a dynamic grasp of the show moment with all its imperfections. By adoring what happens, we move our attitude from one of resistance to one of acknowledgement and appreciation. Each experience, whether positive or negative, becomes an opportunity for growth, learning, and versatility. This demeanor is especially capable when confronting difficulty. Rather than seeing difficulty as something to dodge or fear, the Stoics see it as a chance to create inward strength. By adoring our fate, we discover meaning indeed in suffering, and we develop a sense of peace that rises above life's ups and downs. Stoicism in cutting-edge, life down-to-earth application. Whereas Stoicism begun over 2,000 a long time ago, its lessons are unimaginably important nowadays. In a world that regularly feels chaotic, unpredictable, and overwhelming, the impassive logic offers a guide for developing internal peace and versatility. Here are many practical ways to apply impassive standards in lifestyle. 1. Hone the polarity of control. Frequently remind yourself of what is and isn't within your control. Let go of the things you cannot change and center your vitality on what you'll be able to influence: your thoughts, actions, and state of mind. 2. Grasp *amor fati*. When things do not go agreeing to plan ... Instead of standing up to or complaining, try to acknowledge and indeed adore the situation for what it is. See challenges as openings for development. 3. Reflect on your values. Adjust your activities together with your center value. When confronted with troublesome decisions, ask yourself, and what would a virtuous person do in this circumstance? 4. Develop mindfulness. Pay consideration to your considerations and feelings without being cleared absent by them. Practice stopping sometime recent, responding, and selecting reactions that reflect your most elevated self. 5. Everyday reflection. At the conclusion of each day, take a minute to reflect on how you dealt with challenge. Did you center on what you'll control? Did you act in understanding along with your ethics? Utilize these reflections as opportunities for development. Conclusion. The control of Stoicism and the craftsmanship of not caring. In conclusion, Stoicism instructs us that by mastering the craftsmanship of not caring, by centering on what we are able to control and letting go of what we cannot, we can accomplish a state of inward strength that rises above the chaos, the outs. Through the lessons of Master Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, we learn that virtue, rationality, and acknowledge my grasp Stoic, the instant wisdom. Thank you for observing. Remember, comes and the way to wisdom, ready, a grounded, a virtue.